everyone. I ran my shadow at night over here to Cazic, Thule. I'm going to check out some of the lower camps, maybe the Crocs or something, level 30. So I need a couple drops in here, so these are green, but let's go ahead and I don't really need to kill. Well, he wants some, I guess. Healers. Get a little mana here. Fizzle, fizzle, fizzle. Need to use it more, I guess. So for the Shadow Knight, I need what do I need in here for if I do any of these armor quests here? Let's see. Could hide too, I guess. But let's see. Shadow Knight. The Dark Forge stuff is in here. When I go over to the Akanon side, I need to kill the named Minotaur. There's a couple quests over there. I think the Bracer and something else. Dark Forge breastplate. I'm not going to bore you with me looking through them, but here's like the armor. You have a 9 AC, 3 dex wrist, 20 AC, 10 stam, 3 to magic chest, 11 AC, 3 stam boots, 12 AC, 2 dex, 5 to magic gauntlets there, 13 AC, 9 stam, 3 to magic legs. The helm. Of course, you can see all the stats there. Of course, I got some boots out of Solasai when I grouped in there. Cobalt hide boots. And then when I was in Velcators on my enchanter, I got a pair of boots. I don't remember what they were. Better than those. But I'm over in the Awakening Lands. I figured if I got any of the Sentinel armor, I can hand that down. You know, if those camps are over. I'm over there trying to get a spell drop and get the named as a solo kill, solo challenge kind of thing. Let's see. I think I'll only get one. Can invis buy these, but I'll just kill them for the sake of the video here. Just make sure you snare them, I guess, if you're investigating. They'll run. The healers in here are a real pain. You can bash or stun them. You learn to get your timing down, I guess. These would be pretty good for like a troll or an ogre. It's like the level of these things are. Nine to 11, it looks like on the entrance. Some of them might be 1 or 2 higher, maybe. As soon as you go in some of these doors, though, stuff will get blue to me. And then stuff sees invisible and all that stuff. But on the first person, I think it's this door. Yeah. See, he's yellow. That's the entrance. It might be this one over here. I think these double doors go to the same place, yeah. Been a while since I've been in here. One of these goes down to the it's not this far in. I know most of this stuff will probably be yellow to me, so I don't even want to open that door or anything. End up getting smashed. I remember some of these doors, they see through invis. So. Oh yeah, should they? Long way off. Time to bail. Where's the exit here? Clear the Argo so I don't get killed. I saw him come running immediately as soon as I opened the door. So what was that? That was 4, I think. Courtyard, no. Alright. See, it's the one with the head on it. Like if you look at the, might have been up the ladder. Like when you look at the, yeah, it's right there. There's a head on the wall there, so. Maybe I gotta go through there is what it is. I don't think that's the right way. Thought it was pretty easy right at the entrance. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let's see. One of these is the maze. Okay, this is the maze. Might be that door. I don't know. I'm going to get some mana here. I'll pause this. I'll go out, back out. Set out here in med. I'll pause this here and I'll study the map a second. Always get it backwards. So I'll be back with you here. Alright, I'm going to invis past these two here. That's the maze. Let's see. I think I was in this one before. Alright. Might be this one over here. Oh, I thought she was fighting there. She's around here somewhere. See the messages. Yeah, it's this hallway. So, alright. Which door was this? Directly across from the head. The entrance is probably below me here. Yeah, alright. So you come in and hook a right and go down the door here. I think there's usually a couple down here, yeah. Alright, let's see. Should be able to single pull these. Nope. Should never say that, I guess. might just sit here and camp these two, but you get to the crocs, you jump down this hole here. Don't think I have enduring breath or anything. I'm going to sit here and get some mana, and then we'll move forward here. Because the CT has, what's the respawn here? 22 minutes, so I'll pause this here. Alright, I'm going to invis here, and geez, I didn't think my invisible skill was that crappy, but I guess it is. I'm going to jump down the hole here. Try not to drown. Sorry to not to make you dizzy there. It's easier to do the spin thing. Alright, we got these. Need enduring breath. Hopefully I don't drown before I get to the surface here. There's a little tunnel over here, so let's see. Blue, blue. Come on, get off there. I'm going to go invisible again and buff, because I don't know if I set down if I'll aggro something behind me or not. So, rather be safe, but I want to get my stuff on. That guy's a pather. I'll just sit here until he leaves. I want to con him when I'm not invisible to see if they're threatening. They probably are. I doubt that they're indifferent. But this isn't a bad camp to get to if you have invisible or you have feign death or something. You can usually get back down here and get your stuff. Forget how many alligators are here. 1, 2. Okay, he's walking away now, so. Yeah, they're ready to attack. So let's see if I can, should I use my pet? I'll wait till that pather comes back over here. Beat him up right here, I guess. Well, at least I'll get some skill ups in blowing my mana bar on invisible here. Fizzle life. I'll pause this again here. Alright, we're we're back here. I don't think I'll need my invis very much since I got a little spot here. So I'm snare myself. I'll just sit here and med until that wears off. Brilliant. Got a new chair coming. My one of the wheels broke on my chair finally. So, hey, you and I won't have to hear the squeak anymore. I did oil it, but it didn't seem to help. So, all right, let's not snare ourselves again. I have hard touch. You just might be using it. Oh, I had two on me. Shit. He landed a feigned death. Well, this sucks. Maybe not, maybe not. Is he still hitting me? Yep. Gonna die here. Oh well, there you go, and this is gonna be a long run because I'm bound in Neriac here. It was like I should be able to kill those pretty easy. Yeah, it's not that bad. XP loss, it just sucks to have to run clear back over there, so let me pause this while I do that. Just give you an update. I'm in the East Commons tunnel. I asked if there was any sow for a corpse run, so nice druid hooked me up. So I'm just running through the tunnel here. Gotta go through the deserts, both of them, and then what, Swamp and Farrat into CT. I might try to see if someone's over in Ogok that maybe could bind me over there or something. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I got two, or maybe that one was a pather. I'll have to take a look at the camp. Once I get it broken, or I know what's coming, and I'll, you know. I've seen other people do it in video on different classes, shamans, enchanters mostly. Maybe a mage here and there, but these range from, I think the wiki was like 29 to 33 or something like that. An alligator, 20 to 33 they range from. So the one I had was probably 33 or something. It seemed like it... seemed like there was one at first, and then maybe that other one came around the corner or something. Maybe there was two, I don't know. Get my pet out, that'll... Well, he's half my level, but it'll help a little, I guess. It's a nice experience, geez whiz. But, you know, EQ had to get me, you know, so... You never say, you know, oh, yeah. But I remember killing these beetles. I would set on this little wizard pad, pluck them off, and those giant tarantulas. I think they were a good experience to like level 15, 16, maybe a little bit farther. It's hard to remember, like some of it is on video. A lot of it I did video, but on the original channel, it was like 200 or 300 videos, I think, on EverQuest or something like that. Of course, I'm back up to a couple hundred or whatever I'm Doesn't take long, I guess, to make, I guess, a gameplay or your progression video if you want to look at it like that. Or I guess if you're completely new to P99 or any variant, other than the rule sets and whatever server it is, this is the green server. Like, the stuff doesn't change a whole lot, I don't think, between green, blue, and well, red. Other than it's PvP or the blue server's older, but some of the gear does or doesn't drop on different ones. So whatever you happen to be looking for, I guess there's PQDI database for the Quorum folks, and then P99 Wiki. A lot of people probably still use that. We had, well, I've said it before, the books, or we had to kill Cazic. I think that's a regular sand giant. But, on here, it's pretty much like I remember it in a way, to like back then, when Velius come out. I remember when the expansions come out, they changed a lot of things with Necros, Enchanters, Mages. They were always adding new spells, new abilities, and of course the alternate advancements and stuff like that. Which this server doesn't have the AAs, which when I attempt Cazic, this vendor here, I hear some brute. It's good to use for fighting him. The bad thing with him is you can't mez him. You can root him. You can charm him. But you definitely have to slow him, and the dude's got a shit ton of regen, like his health regen. He's meant to be brute, like a brute. I remember when we were helping people get epic parts back in the day when it was like level 50 to 60. I seem to remember the Oasis looking different back then, like there's Spectre Island. There's like 8 Spectres over there. You got 3 in that little tower there. One at the base of the ladder. Like, I wouldn't climb up that ladder. You'll get smashed in the face by 3 Spectres, and they hit like trucks. This is Cazic. It's a sand giant. I see people kiting those around. I guess they're probably alright money. They're a lot higher level. That's higher level people stuff. Cazic's level 51, so he's stomped me dead a few times, with the newbie dock there killing crocodiles. You'd think you would notice a 10-foot tall sand giant coming at you. I mean, when you don't know that giants are roaming around and you see them off in the distance, and the new stuff back then, it would get you killed. Like, it's no different now. But learn lessons the hard way. It's not that big a deal. The time factor to run back over here, and of course I don't have Gator Bind, but I'll get that Melee Gate Hammer eventually. That'll at least help me get a self-port out of a dungeon. And then it'll either be a druid or a wizard port or ride the boat, There's, like, level, I think it was Cynical. There's other people that's done that island, too. I think Ogre Guy, Pekin back in the day, like some of these older Pekin Potatoes. I remember his name. It's kind of funny. I think he's like Australian or don't want to butcher where he's from, but a lot of people have done videos on camps or Plaid or quests or this or that. But I think those when I did that traveling to the over there to get my spells, that little island there when you're waiting on that second boat, those I think there's like ogres. There's a named ogre in there. Cynical was the last person I watched do it. I forget who he was leveling. Maybe a shaman or something. And that's been a while ago. But I remember it when I went over there that those were there. And there's like a couple other camps of like the red, white, and blue aviac birds. And like 30 to 40. Who was it? Mr. Best Friend was doing those raptor things. I remember those. Those things suck, dude, you know, sometimes because their Argo radius is like freaking half the zone, it seems like. You usually see bards running over there kiting or druids, maybe a wizard or something. Maybe not so much nowadays unless there's 60 that's over there, I guess, killing them for Plaid or something, but I remember doing the Wyverns and Cobalt Scar. Me and my friend, he had a wizard. We'd go up there. I'd log on my druid. Of course, I had my enchanter sitting there for KEI or Vogue or Trank or, you know, whatever. But that was just like... an option back then. That was, I remember some of my one friend would kill the wyverns and he would go down and kite those. They're similar. They remind me to that Field of Bone, those Burn Eye or whatever. Like, they liked my dwarfs, so I didn't mess with them because I would go down there and sell. They liked my druid too. Like, I didn't kill them because if I would get full, I would go down there and sell stuff. But, when I would log on different characters back then, I would have to try to remember. Like, sometimes I would forget that, you know, when I would go through Neriak on my warrior, they hated me, so I would drag, like, the whole zone. I would just run through. It's kind of funny. I got beat down in the bank on my enchanter in Neriak about a year ago. I wasn't paying attention, and my illusion dropped. I didn't like the high elf too much. See, where am I at? Farad. I think it's just on the left side. I want to look though. I want to make sure. That's a nice thing about Quorum. I mean, later on in Live, they added all the maps and stuff. I actually liked the map in Live because you could add markers and write little notes on it, like where you killed a named or where something spawned. Or most of that stuff's probably already updated in the map nowadays, at least on Quorum, like the nameplates of, well, points of interest or whatever they would call it. All right. Yeah, I could pretty much run straight across to hit the water. That's what I'll do. Get a little screen lag when I switch screens there. That's probably just a normal. Maybe I need. Well, this is what, Windows 11. I know it's a thing in Windows 10, like OpenGL or something. Like if you're not sure what I'm talking about, like you see how I'm walking now. If I click on my other screen, see how it jitters? It's like because I guess well, this screen's updating and the other one's following my mouse, I guess. But you hit the water and then just hook a right if you walk straight out of the Thule zone line there into the Farad. Ogok's just Ogok's just kind of over that way, the direction I'm looking. I usually just run straight, kind of a little bit to the left when I get off there. If you just do that, you'll pretty much run right into CT. I didn't go over far enough. But if you have these pyramid things, like I remember they were pretty good experience at 15 maybe or something. Like I always played on the other side of the world, but when I would come over here, like when one of the people on that would port around, like because you know when you're lower level when you get port spells or sow or whatever. I remember one of the guys I worked with couldn't wait. He was busting his ass like the first night to get spear to the wolf, you know. Alright. Looks like I'm the only one in here. Make sure I'm recording. Show you a little bit of the struggle here. Let's see. It's this door. No. Don't come into CT. It's opposite the head. Where's the head? Go up. Alright. I could come back out and kill these two. Might be an option to. Wait a minute. This seems like yeah, I need to go down. I don't think they see invis. Hey, my swimming's a little better. Yay. Make you dizzy. Go away, Mr. Alligator. Like it never even happened. Alright, let's see what we got here for we're in great staff. Alright, I'll use do I have a better rusty one? Probably not. Alright, so we'll use that. I get the pet out, I ain't gonna be able to go invis anyway, so. Shit. Alright. What happens? Just gonna faint death while I got life here. Fail. Now I'm stuck in one of these things. Tell me I'm gonna die again. Complete horseshit. Is that some kind of a bug? It's gotta be a bug. I've had that happen to me before. Where I can't do nothing. It's like they're not... It's like you must be standing. But oh, thank goodness. I don't think I can change spells. I think I'm gonna invis, swim back up the hole when this guy walks away. Bind wound in the hall here. It's like that's a weird thing. It's like it thought I was sitting, but I was standing, but I was sitting. I don't know. You got me. I didn't think that thing would Argo, but my pet's such low level. That's why I hate using it in a dungeon. Unless you have room. I mean, once I get these cleared out, I think there's like 9 or 10 alligators in this hall if you walk around. Get low health, Argo. Where's my gather shadows? Get some health. But it's losing my voice, so I'm probably going to quit recording here. Let me pause this for a second. Alright, I'm going to swim back up this hole here. But feign death worked. The first time it was just a mana thing. That was like a glitch. But I've had that happen to me before. Alright. I'm pretty sure nothing pass around here. Oh, I can bind wound invisible. I didn't know that. That's good. Well, that's nice to know for when I'm down there, huh? I thought it would pop me. Well, hey, we both learned something. It's just you got to get 45 minutes into the video to find out. So if you made it into this this far in, you know. Can't really CC those. I don't have root. I mean fear, but that wouldn't be good. You know, too many crocs in the water and then the hallway's full of them too. There's probably like 1 or 2 pathers, I would imagine. Could watch somebody else's video, but you know, I still have to come down here and do it myself. So, but you know, when I didn't play, you know, have a little collection of people that I would watch. You know, kind of get your fix that way. Nothing better to do, I guess. 94 in bind wound, yay! Small gains, you know. Little things, people, puts a smile on your face. Not dying makes me happy. I don't have to do a 10-minute corpse run again. But risk reward, you know. CT is a dangerous place. Everything wants to bite you, eat you, cast spells on you. There's a couple of nice spots in here around this level, you know. You get a little room to yourself or something and grind out a couple levels, or while people are coming in here to get a piece of gear they want or whatever they're doing. I don't bother too many people. I see people on YouTube or whatever, or in game, you know, if they say they have a channel or something. But it's not exclusive to YouTube. It's just, it points out, oh, okay, there's, you see someone's face or whatever and they play the game, whether you meet them in game or not. You know, it's nice to have a few friends if you don't make your own, especially some people are coming back, I guess, that haven't played in years, so it's kind of like their first character or whatever. And I know people want to get their gear themselves. I'm that way too, so. But I've had people hand me stuff here and there. I've handed out stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it because I want attention for it or whatever. It's just, I don't know. I guess if they're leveling their first one, you know, give them a ring or something you don't use. Or eventually a lot of this stuff I'll replace with something else. I mean, I'm adequately geared for the level. I mean, I think I'm alright. Happy with it. I don't mean to set and focus on gear, but I mean, the higher you go, you replace stuff, it gets better, you get more stats. I don't need, you know. I remember in Warcraft, World of Warcraft, it was usually by the time you got your last piece of arena tier gear, or if you did that, or your PvP set or something, you always had raids, and there's always something new to get, or some trinket, or like all the different stuff we had to get out of route and all kinds of stuff. But we usually did the focus fire type stuff, you know. You'd get 2 or 3 dudes on one dude. I remember some of those priests and stuff, man. It was like bitch to kill them. Especially if they were really geared. Like it seemed like the Alliance were always really good at supporting their healers. Not that the Horde didn't, but like it always was like they always seemed to have plenty of healers. Damn druids in their bear form, bear charge, stun. I was one of those. I had a druid. I did it too. So had a rogue. What am I missing? Thought I had an AC buff, but maybe I don't. See, I'm used to the Necro. I think that's what it is. I guess I'll just keep my Vampiric Embrace there because that wears off. Alright. He's got the weapon, so. Life back up here. Probably use my pet here pretty good. Be safe. Alright, so I'm going to sit here and med, but that's what I'll be doing here for a little while today. So, have a good one.